Hey guys, Michael here with Hello Cupcake It's Me. Today is Wednesday, July 13th, 2022. And how are you? Having a little bit of a asthma problem this morning. Had to use my inhaler a couple of 2-3 times, but sorry if I'm like all wheezy and out of breath. So last night's trivia game was kind of interesting. Don't have the results back as of yet, but I think we did pretty well. Keeping our fingers crossed that we did. Next week, we're going to be down a player. Yesterday we were down 2 players, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'm starting to really get discouraged with the fact that our team just kind of comes and goes. So, the one player, they were sick, so that was understandable. Pat them on the head, feed them from the hand. The one bartender that usually helps us, they left the job, so one of our major sports people was that bartender. So yeah, kind of sucks, but it is what it is, I guess. So that aside though, oh man, just had a really good long weekend. Friday I went to the movies with my friend Pam to go see Thor Love and Thunder, and that was really good. Kind of cheesy here and there, and just a little meh. Saturday, I went, did my grocery shopping, and hung out with my sister. And then Sunday, went over to my sister's house and did a little bit more grocery shopping and hung out with her. So it's just been a really good last couple of days. And what was it? Monday, I went out to the lake and hung out with some friends. And it was hot outside, but that water was so cold. Like, once you got into it and got acclimated, you were good, but man, it was cold at first. And I'm just out there jiggling for justice, just like, I don't care. I'm not one of those people that are like, oh no, summer, I don't have a summer body. You know what? Summer's getting the same body as the rest of the seasons. Flabulous. And that's how I feel about it. I'm not, if people are looking at me like, oh my god, look at that fat guy over there, I'm just like, you know what? Take it all in, bitches, because I don't care. And that's exactly how I feel about it. Like, just absorb it. Take it in. Now, there are times when I am whiter than glue, and I take my shirt off and, people are screaming about the torches of Gondor being lit or whatever, and if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, welcome. But damn about nobody else. You can try to body shame me, but it's nothing that I haven't heard before. So, yeah. But, yeah, in the midst of, just dealing with all that, I've been taking more classes. Recently just completed 4 new certificates. Thinking very seriously about devoting 20 to 40 hours on taking a class for helping other people get signed up with Social Security disability, and filling out paperwork for them. I just don't know if I want to invest that much time into 2 different classes, because one 20-hour class is for helping adults, and then the other class I think is 20 hours, and that's helping with getting youth signed up. But it's a state examination also, so I would do all the class work, and then I'm sent out a sample packet, and I have to fill out that sample packet and turn it in, and then 2 to 3 weeks later, they grade it, go over it, and send it back. And then I think it said something about having like this um, online consultation to go over what was wrong or what could have been better or whatever else about that packet work. Um, so that's good. That's kind of interesting. And like I said, I don't know if I want to do that kind of like education, because that's actually more geared toward like social workers and stuff like that. And because I'm not a social worker, um, I just don't know if it would be information that would be beneficial to me. Now, like, I know it would be beneficial for other people. So, like, people who are trying to get on the Social Security are trying to claim their Social Security, like maybe before retirement age, or for Social Security disability, or whatever else. But again, like I said, that's more for clinician work, and I'm not a clinician, or I don't have a clinic. I'm not working with an agency. Um, it's just information that I'm getting together for myself. Um, so yeah, I have several different excuse me. I have several different classes kind of lined up. One of the classes that I am going to be taking is most severely depressed people, and I know that there are a lot of people who struggle with alcoholism. I very well could be one of those people. I freaking love to drink. Absolutely love to drink. And the fruitier and the more like kind of tropical something tastes, or if it's something that is like seriously alcoholic, but you really can't taste the alcohol, that's my danger zone. So like my all-time absolute favorite drinks are what's called Adios Motherfucker, um, and Long Island iced teas. Those are my two favorite drinks. But like I said, anything that's fruity or tropical, or you really can't taste the alcohol too much in it, that's my wheelhouse. Beer, not so much. I'm not a beer person. Like, my whole family is beer people, but like, I'll have a Corona once every 250,000 years, or Rolling Rock if I do have to drink beer. Rolling Rock and what is it? White Castle, Green Castle, something like that. Um, those are the two beers that I really like. Angry Orchard is another one that I really like. Zima, back in the day when Zima was around, but that's not really a beer. So that's kind of my wheelhouse. The twisted teas, I like those, but they fuck me up. Like, internally, my body, my kidneys, they do not like the twisted tea. So, and wine. I drink a lot of wine. And usually only in the summer months, though, is when I start drinking wine. I try to drink it during the winter months, and it just doesn't have the same appeal to me. So, like, this month, and I don't drink, like, super expensive wines. I think if I spend more than $5 a bottle, I'm doing good. I usually go for, like, the $2 Chuck stuff. Walmart has a really amazing brand called Oak Leaf that is about $2.97, and is actually really amazing for a bottom shelf wine, and has all kinds of accolades and awards and everything else. And then I get this other wine at Winco. It's I can't even remember the name of it. It's like Carlo Risi or Rossi or something like that, and Gallo House or Gallo wine, and they're like $3 a bottle. And the wine that I picked up was a blueberry sangria, a tropical sangria, and a raspberry sangria. And usually I like Moscato, Riesling, Gewürztraminer, some reds. Like, there's some reds out there that are just like way too much for me and just too like pucker your mouth and just ugh. I don't really care for like the very dark reds. I'll drink them, but like when they're really dark or just really dry and what have you, it's just too much for me. Don't really care for Zinfandel. I drank it for a while there because my parents, that's all that they wanted to have on hand was white Zinfandel or pink Zinfandel, and so I would drink that with them, but I really didn't care too much for Zinfandel, and so, you know, I may I'm just a bottom shelf wine snob, I guess. But anyways, yeah, so I'm really interested in this class and to see how it correlates and what the magnetism is. If it's just a cheap way of self-medicating or like what. So I'm really kind of excited about that, and hopefully the website that I was going to take the class through, or that I'm going to take the class through, gets up and finished. They've been doing some upgrades and stuff like that, and so you haven't really been able to get on there to like sign up and start courses because that's part of the systems that they're in the that they're upgrading. So yeah, hopefully it all works out, and if not, that just means I'm not supposed to take that class with these people at this time, and that's like one of the things that I'm trying to really learn is to read signs. And I just had a conversation with somebody on a Facebook discussion board this morning about like learning to read signs and trusting the signs around you. Like, you've heard me talk about it before, where I've said that I don't live my life on a schedule, that I live minute to minute, hour by hour, day by day. And that's completely true. Even when I was working and having to punch a clock and all that other stuff, I really wasn't on any particular schedule. Even though, you know, when you do work, you have to punch clocks and do this, that, and the other thing. Because there would be stuff at my job that I would have to do throughout the day, but it didn't matter when it got done as long as it did get done. So if I got to work and just decided to sit in the office and, you know, read the MDM sheets for 2 hours, that's what I did for 2 hours. If I decided that I wanted to ring customers up, or if I wanted to restock the shelves, or if I wanted to do whatever, that's just kind of what I did. And when I worked as a waiter, that was like the best thing in the universe for me. Like, I loved being a waiter. Not only did I have like a huge tip, like a huge amount of tips at the end of the day, but being kind of a social butterfly, I liked interacting with my customers, and I liked giving them the experience that I like to receive at a restaurant. And you know, I did have those customers that were complete assholes, and I didn't necessarily tell them as such, but I would go out of my way to make sure that they didn't get what they wanted. So, like, they would ask me for a refill, and I would literally wait 3 minutes to bring them a refill. Or, if they said something rude to me while I was standing there trying to refill, I would spill on them. And my manager actually called me out one time. They're like, "Did you do this on purpose?" And I said, "Yeah, I did." I said, and the reason I did it is because they were being assholes, and you saw how, like, the front of the house was busy and the back of the house was busy. We needed to get this taken care of, and they were acting like they were the only ones here. And one of my favorite stories about that time period was I had a party of like 25 people come in. And there was only 2 waiters, and they sat in my section. And I did everything to accommodate them. And I just put on the show the best that I could. And I'm waiting the whole rest of the front of the house, because I forget what happened to the other waiter that was there that night, but I kept looking over, and they were getting more and more impatient. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I go into the back, and the kitchen hadn't even started their food. And I was like, son of a bitch. So I go out there, and I apologize to them. I said, I am so absolutely sorry. For whatever reason, the kitchen didn't get your order. It's going to be at least another 25 minutes. And by this time, they'd already been there like a half an hour, 45 minutes. But I just said, I am so sorry. Like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a free salad bar. So here's your plates for the salad bar. Feel free to go and, like, have as much salad as you want, and I'm going to give you 3 complimentary pitchers of beer on the house. Now, at the time, and I'm pretty sure this is still relevant, but you're not supposed to give beer or any alcohol away for free, but I did, just to kind of save this party or whatever. And so I gave them everything, and I made sure all my other tables were taken care of, and I went into the back and I started cooking the food, because I had started off as a line cook and then got promoted to server. And I was just like in that kitchen freaking throwing their stuff together. I made up some breadsticks, and I like did all kinds of special toppings on them, things that we normally wouldn't do to breadsticks. And like I took 3 baskets of breadsticks out to them. One had just like cheese and bacon all over it. Another one had like this and that all over it, and just I did everything I could to make it good for them. And I took that out, and I'm like, here's a special appetizer for you, to go along with your breadstick, or to go along with your salad. Again, I'm sorry about that. And so, long story short, after everything was all said and done, and I finally got their food out to them, I went to the table and I asked if there was anything else that I could do to help them. And they said, no, just bring us our check. And I said, because it was my mistake, this is on the house. And the patriarch of the family, he's like, oh, absolutely not. No. This was way too much to... I said, it was 100% my fault and the fault of the kitchen that that things took this long, and I am so sorry. This is not the experience that we wanted you to have, and this is my way of making it up to you. And he insisted, no, I'm going to pay the bill. And I'm like, okay, well then at the very least, I'm going to give you a 40% discount. And, we do hope that you come back again. And he, no, you're not going to do that. I want to pay the full bill. You worked your butt off. We saw you trying to make things right. We had a chance to sit and relax and enjoy each other's company. We'd like to pay the full bill, please. And I was like, okay, fine. So after that was all said and done, they gave me a $30 tip and said thank you. And at the end of, as they were leaving, that's kind of about the time that we were closing up shop anyways, and I just sat down and I was just like, wow, how amazing was that? And I just felt good about myself and being able to help people like that. So yeah. Anyways, I feel like I'm rambling at this point. Don't know what I'm doing for the rest of the week. Tomorrow I might be going with my sister to a doctor's appointment that she has, and then just kind of hanging out with her. But if I don't do that, have really no plans for the whole rest of the week. Hopefully, if it gets a little bit warmer, might go out to the lake again. But yeah. So, anyways, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comment section down below. If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe. Head on over to anchor.fm/hellocupcakeitsme to listen to the podcast, where I talk about stuff that I don't post on here or the blog. And make sure you head on over to the blog and give it some love, hellocupcakeitsme.com. Social media links are in the section down below, so make sure you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I will talk to you all later. Bye, guys.